Hello, you're welcome to FinInvest Nigeria. My name is Tom Princeville. I've been investing for the past 19 years, almost 20 years now. I'm a certified investment professional. I want to talk about the concept of dividend investing as a viable strategy for investors who want to prioritize regular income through dividends, particularly those who are retired, for retirees, and others who want to have regular income coming in yearly to support their lifestyle. In the whiteboard here, we have a number of companies from Access Bank right down to Dangote Cement. And so this particular choice of arrangement is meant based on the amount of dividend yield. The higher the percentage, the higher the company on the table, and the lower the percentage, the lower the company in the table here. You have Access Bank with a dividend yield of 11.71% at the top. And then lastly, Dangote Cement with a dividend yield of 4.93% at the bottom. Now, what exactly is the concept of dividend yield? Dividend yield essentially is the amount the company is paying out as dividends divided by the share price times 100. If the company is paying out, let's say, 2 naira as dividends and the share price is 20 naira, you simply divide 2 all over 20 times 100. That will give you 10%. So in that case, the company dividend yield is 10%. Now, the yield itself is even more important than the dividend declared. So whenever dividends are being declared, you concentrate on the yield rather than the amount that is being declared by the company. The most important factor here is the dividend yield, more important than the amount declared in dividends. So let's start from Access Bank. For Access Bank here, the dividend yield is 11.71%. And in the year 2022, Access Bank paid out a dividend of 1 naira 50 kobo, followed by 2 naira 10 kobo in 2023, and then 2 naira 50 kobo in 2024, amounting to a total dividend of 6 naira 10 kobo for the 3 years. So we discovered that if you were to invest ₦1,000,000 in Access Bank in 2022, the share price of Access Bank was 7 naira 90 kobo. So in this case, you divide 1 million by 7 naira 90 kobo. That will give you 126,582 number of shares, units of shares in Access Bank. By the time you multiply this value by 6 naira 10 kobo, which represents the total dividends, you are going to get a whooping 772,122 naira as the dividend income over a span of 3 years in Access Bank. I hope you are following. Then we now come to Fidelity. Fidelity Bank actually they have a dividend yield. The company has a dividend yield of 11.5%. 11.5%. In the year 2022, the company paid out 50 kobo dividend. The following year, 85 kobo dividend, and then 1 naira 25 kobo in 2024, amounting to 2 naira 60 kobo in dividends over the span of 3 years. Now, if you were to invest ₦1,000,000 in Fidelity at this particular price, 3 naira 9 kobo in 2022, that will fetch you 323,625 number of shares. So multiply number of shares you have as an investor by the total dividend of 2 2 naira 60 kobo. That will give you 841,424 naira as dividends, almost almost a million naira in the span of 3 years. It's a very interesting strategy. I think I'm liking this strategy as an investor. Actually, I think I ought to pay attention to it. Now, Union Home Rate. This is a real estate investment trust. This company have a dividend yield of 9.74%. By the year 2022, it paid out 2 naira 10 kobo, followed by 3 naira 15 kobo, and then 5 naira 5 kobo in 2024, amounting to 10 naira 30 kobo. That is the total dividend over the span of 3 years. Now, if you were to invest a million naira in this company at by 2022 at the price of 36 naira 60 kobo, that will give you a number of shares amounting to 27,322 units. So multiply this particular figure by 10 naira 30 kobo. That will give you 281,420 naira as pure dividends. That's what you will accumulate at the end of 3 years. We now come to Guaranteed Trust Bank. Guaranteed Trust Bank have a yield of 8.82%. So at the year 2022, the bank paid out 3 naira 10 kobo as dividend, followed by 3 naira 20 kobo the following year, and then lastly 8 naira 3 kobo by the year 2024, amounting to 14 naira 33 kobo as dividends. Now, if you were to invest a million naira in Guaranteed Trust Bank, you simply divide a million naira by 27. That will give you 37,037. Multiply this number of shares you have in GT Bank by 14 naira 33 kobo. That will give you 530 naira 740. Sorry, 530,740 naira as dividends over a span of 3 years. Forget about capital gain. That one is just there by the corner. This is just pure dividend alone. Now we go to Zenith Bank. For Zenith Bank had a yield of 8.35% as dividend. All right, it paid out 3 naira 20 kobo, and then 4 naira, followed by 5 naira in 2024, amounting to 12 naira 20 kobo in total dividends over the past 3 years. Now, an investment of a million naira in Zenith Bank at this price, 26 naira 90 kobo as of 2022, will give you 37,174 number of shares, units of shares. Multiply your shares by the total dividends of 12 naira 20 kobo. That will give you 453,531 naira purely dividends alone. So we come to Union Bank. Sorry, come to UBA. For UBA, this is the dividend yield, 7.96%. UBA paid 1 naira 10 kobo, followed by 2 naira 30 kobo, and then 5 naira in 2024, amounting to 8 naira 40 kobo. Now, an investment of 1 million naira in UBA at a cost of 8 naira 55 kobo will give you 116,850 units of UBA shares. Multiply the number of units by the total dividends of 8 naira 40 kobo. That will give you 982,400 456 naira. Imagine, almost a million naira, you know, a million naira of accumulated dividends over a period of 3 years. This strategy is really is really encouraging. It's fantastic. It's mind blowing. Let's look at UPDC rate. This is a real estate investment trust, just like what you have here. The yield here is at 7.54%. The company paid out a dividend of 16 kobo, 22 kobo, and 30 kobo, respectively, over a number of 3 years, amounting to 68 kobo. Now, an investment of 1 million naira at the price of 3 naira 60 kobo will give you this number of units: 277,778. Now multiply 277,778 by 68 kobo. That will give you 188,889 naira as dividends you will obtain from this company. We now go to Okumo Oil. Okumo Oil has a dividend yield of 6.03%. The company paid out 7 naira in 2022, 14 naira 2023, and 26 naira 2024. All right, it doubled the dividend payments here and almost doubled in this particular year, amounting to 47 naira. So if we were to invest a million naira here, simply divide 1 million by 140 naira. That will give you 7,142 number of shares, unit of shares. So multiply that by 47. That will give you 335,714 naira as dividends in Okumo Oil over a span of 3 years. Not only that, we come to Stanbic IBTC. Stanbic IBTC Bank here, in this case, it has a yield of 5.75%. Now, the company paid 2 naira in 2022, 2 naira 20 kobo in 2023, and then 2 naira 50 kobo as dividend in 2024, amounting to 6 naira 70 kobo, as total dividend for the 3 years. Now, a million naira investment here, simply divide a million naira by 33 naira 60 kobo. That will give you 29 naira 7. That will give you 25,761 units of shares. That's your holding in that company. 79,761 number of shares. Multiply it by 6 naira 70 kobo, which is the total dividend over a span of 3 years. That will amount to what? Will amount to 199,404 naira as dividends. Now, we come to NACO. NACO has a dividend yield of 5 naira 50 of 5.5%. So the company paid in the year 2022, it paid a dividend of 1 naira 20 kobo, followed by 2 naira 54 kobo, and then lastly 5 naira 94 kobo in 2024, amounting to a total of total dividend of 9 naira 68 kobo. And so you bought shares worth a million naira. That will give you 21,739 units of shares, number of shares, and then multiply this by the total dividends here. That will give you 210,434 naira as dividends. We now come to FCMB. FCMB, this is the dividend yield, 4.98%. All right. The first year here, 2022, the company paid out 25 naira, followed by 50 naira, and then 25 kobo, followed by 50 kobo, and then lastly 55 kobo in the year 2024. So amounting to 1 naira 30 kobo in total dividend over a span of 3 years. If you had invested a million naira here, your million naira will give you 285,714 units of shares. So multiply this number of units by 1 naira 30 kobo, your investment will yield around 370 something thousand. All right, 370 something thousand. So we now come to Dangote Cement. Lastly, Dangote Cement. The yield here is 4.93%. That's the dividend yield. And of course, I've earlier explained what this yield is all about. So by the year 2022, Dangote paid out 20 naira as dividend, followed by 30 naira 2023 and another 30 naira 2024, amounting to 80 naira total dividend for the 3 years. So if you invest a million naira here, you bought the shares bought the shares in the year 2022 at this price, 273 naira 50 kobo. You have 3,656 naira as your number of shares. Multiply this by 80. That will give you a dividend yield of 292,504 naira. That's how dividend investing works. All right. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video as well, and then drop a comment in the comment section, because my desire is to reach out to at least a million Nigerians home and abroad with this message of investment in the Nigerian stock market. Encourage me. I'm relying and depending on your support. Please don't disappoint me in this regards.